Hello SLAPAFISH community and welcome back to another World Tanks console video. So in this video I'm going to be driving the Alpine Tiger, a tier 8 Chinese heavy tank. It's called the Alpine Tiger WZ-111. So this is a tier 8 heavy Chinese tank that plays up to 9. It's a tier 8 that plays up to 9. It's one of those. And when plus 1 minus 1 comes, it'll be a tier 8 that plays only up to tier 8. So I'm driving on Erlenberg, and I believe on top tier. If not, we're in 9s, but I'm almost absolutely certain we're in 8s. So anyway, let's talk about the tank stats. Before we even talk about any stats, the silver boost for this tank has a 57% silver boost and a 10% XP boost. Now the Alpine Tiger gets a 120mm gun that has a 4.8 rounds per minute that does 390 damage per shot, and that gives it a DPM of 1,872. It gets 45 rounds, which gives it a potential damage at 17,550. Now, the reason I think this is one of those tanks that play up to 1 tier is because of the penetration of this tank. Not premium penetration, but standard penetration. The standard penetration is 175. Yeah, it sucks. And 250mm of penetration on its premium. Its accuracy is 0.44 and its aim time is 3 seconds. And your turret armor is 230 at the front, 120 at the sides, and 60 at the back. So you can bounce shots on your turret. Now, your hull armor is 120 at the front, 120 at the side, well, 80 at the side, and 60 at the back. And you have 1,550 hit points. And engine power. Your top speed is 50 kilometers forward, and your reverse speed is 15. You have a power to weight ratio of 13.48. You have a really good top speed, but it does take you a while to get up to it. But once you're going, you're just going. Yeah. Also, this tank has a pike nose, and I just invited somebody to a platoon, which I didn't need to do that. But anyway, it also has a stock reload of 12.5 seconds, which I didn't know that. And if you're wondering what kind of equipment I'm using, is a gun rammer, vertical stabilizers, and gunling drive. And my crew is actually my best Chinese crew I have in this tank, and it is repairs, firefighting, swimming lessons, smooth ride, controlled impact, dead eye, mentor, off-road driving, Sixth Sense, Brothers in Arms, Snapshot, and it's training adrenaline rush. And this is why I have swimming lessons on my tanks. So just jump in water and just be fine, just like that. So the armor actually does work sometimes. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. What does that mean? Well, that means that like tier 9s, I've fought Object 705 that just loaded premium rounds and just went through the pike nose of my tank. And yes, this is during loaded dice event, so that was during loaded dice event. I think that was the match before this one. And yeah, he just loaded premium rounds and went straight through my pike nose. I was like, okay, thanks for telling me. But if you get your hull down for your turret really works magic. As long as they don't hit your two cupolas at the top of your tank. And sometimes this tank actually does not like to hit targets. And speaking of not liking to hit targets, let's actually look at the shell velocity. Shell velocity on this tank is not very good. Shell velocity on the AP round is 800, and on its premium, which is heat, it's 650 meters per second. So yeah, if you're wondering what the view range is, it's 380 meters and 600 signal range. But you know what is pretty good about this tank? The paint job. It's a really unique paint job, and I actually bought this tank back. It's been a while. It's been on the PlayStation Store for a while, for like $65. And I don't remember if I bought it for $65. I don't remember. The reason I bought this tank is just because how it looks. That was one of the selling points. And right here, I'm just getting hold down with the Alpine and just using the turret. As long as they can't hit my cupolas, they can't pin me as long as I'm hold down. And I wasn't really hold down right there because the AT-15 just shot me in my hull. And you can see everybody just bouncing off my hull. You really don't have like any tier 8s shooting, and that SU-100 just shot my cupola. He shot my left one? Yeah, he shot it. You can see it up there. See, the cupolas does limit this tank from going really hold down, but just remember you have two cupolas out there that will bounce, are weak. How weak are they? They're actually not that weak, as I'm looking at. They're 150 millimeters thick, which is actually thicker than your hull armor, but they're pretty flat. So you're going to need some good penetration to actually go through it, and they are kind of small. Well, yeah, they are kind of small compared to a lot of cupolas, but still. And also, I do want to mention that this tank actually gets hit in the engine. Like, if you get hit in the engine on the back of this tank, just shot in the back of your tank, your engine always gets hit. And I find that annoying. Now, you can actually see me using the speed, even though I have 13/14 horsepower per ton. I am using my speed of 50 kilometers. I'm not getting up to it, but I'm keeping like a 38, 37. Now, what this actually is good for, you can actually face hug against tanks. I've like face hug tier 9 heavy tanks firing premium. As long as they are not tall enough to shoot your cupolas, you're fine. But this KB5 or the Gordon is actually tall enough to shoot my cupolas. So he did. If he didn't shoot me there, he would not have penetrated. As long as you can face hug with this tank, just don't let him shoot the cupolas. Just don't let him do it. It's a bad idea. Now let's see what the 57% silver boost did for us. We made 118,000 silver, did fire a single premium round, and we also got a mark of excellence. We did 4,000 damage, and we blocked 3,100 damage, and 1,000 assisted, and top of the leaderboards, and 7 kills. And that's it for me. If you like this video, remember like, comment, and subscribe. Also remember SLAPAFISH because why don't you die? And peace out. See ya.